The SEO agency business model is not what it used to be. And no, it's not because of the increased competition or the fact that if you open up your LinkedIn DMs, there's a million people peddling SEO services and they've really commoditized the market. It's really because of what's happening with Google as a product. Let's take a few looks as an example to show you what I mean. I have this query here, buy white sneakers. The first thing that we see up here, well, the first thing that we see over here is a left-hand sidebar navigation. Google's essentially turned the Google SERP, this isn't even Google Shopping, into a shoppable feed, very similar to what you see on an actual e-commerce store. But the first thing that we see here are a bunch of sponsored results. Then we've got this interesting little answer bar here with recommendations. Specific products come from Amazon, Nordstrom, etc. Then we've got a maps pack here, which is interesting too. That's pushing people in store. Then we got a popular products little carousel here. Then we got some fast pickup and delivery stuff down here. And then we finally get to the traditional organic results. And there's only two of them. We get some in-store nearby, some more organic results, and then we get some brands exploration down the bottom. So I'm gonna drive home my point here in a second, but the point that you're just starting to see here is that there's very limited real estate for traditional organic results. Now, yes, some of these are organic results, but if you're doing SEO the same way that you've been doing it, and if you're not specialized in doing this type of SEO, you're gonna struggle. So let's look at a different industry with a different SERP. Let's type in best CRM for small business. So if you work with, a CRM for, I don't know, coffee shops, this would be a SERP that you'd obviously want to rank for. So again, at the top here, we see 1, 2, 3, 4 ads. Then we get into the AI overviews, which honestly are taking up more and more and more and more SERPs. And it's pulling from Zapier, it's pulling from Reddit. It builds a list here too. Now, again, you might say, well, you can get inside of this list, but we'll talk more about that in a second. You don't know how, and it's probably not very feasible. The next thing that you see here is a Reddit result. And then we get into the first organic result, which is Salesforce. And then we get into more discussions and forums, and then some more organic results, some videos. So again, the point I'm trying to make here is that when we look at these SERPs, back in the day when I first started this in 2010, it was all blue links with a couple of ads. SEO is easy. You would optimize the website, the client would rank, they would get traffic, they would get conversions, and it was a symbiotic relationship between client and business because you were helping them make money, so they were happy to pay you money. But what's happening in the SEO industry, somewhere along the line, you forgot that your role is to make your clients money. If you make your clients money, you will make money too. But the problem is that doing SEO the traditional way, trying to just rank in the organic listings, there's no opportunity anymore. There's very little real estate. Google's squeezing that out. They don't want you to rank there. They don't care if you rank there. They're pushing ads, they're pushing other products, they're pushing forums, they're pushing AI overviews. And again, if you're just following that same linear process, build content, technical optimization, build links, thinking that you're gonna get results for your clients in 2025 and beyond, you're foolish and you're out of business. You just don't know of it. You have to make this your North Star metric. If you make your clients money, you'll make money too. So does that mean SEO is dead? Does that mean it's over? No, absolutely not. But if we're gonna make our clients money, the best way to do that is focusing on local SERPs and also local ads, which we're gonna talk about. So adopting a little bit more of a blended search model, but also hyper-focusing on local businesses, specifically high-ticket local service businesses. So to drive this home, let's look at a SERP result for personal injury lawyer in Miami. I personally work with law firms, that's what we specialize in. And when we type this in, the first thing that we see are these local service ads. Then we get a couple sponsored results, one sponsored ad here, and then we get the Google Maps pack. So why is it? And then of course underneath we get the traditional SEO results. Now I have a tremendous amount of data on this because all I do is work with law firms, and I can tell you firsthand that ranking in that Google Maps pack, that local SEO result, drives millions and millions and millions of dollars in revenue for our clients. Now, I also know that trying to rank them down at the bottom in the traditional organic results does nothing. The reason why we pivoted to this model was because we were hearing nonstop from our clients like, hey, great, we're seeing our traffic and keyword rankings go up and to the right. That's awesome, but we're not getting any more phone calls. We're not getting any more results. We're not signing any more cases. Why is that? Because those keyword graphs from Ahrefs and SEMrush, they show that they're getting more traffic, hypothetically, and they're getting better keyword rankings, but very few people are scrolling past this and scrolling past this, and especially not scrolling past this to come all the way down here and pop open 5 different results and then read all the content on their website when they come here, and everything that they need to make a decision about who to hire is in here. There's reviews, there's a map to show proximity. They can look at more businesses, they can compare and contrast. This right here is where you wanna be. And if you can get somebody ranked in here, they're literally going to get phone calls off the hook. We have data that shows that our clients in here, for ranking in this maps pack here, get anywhere from 50 to 200 phone calls depending on the volume and the location. Another SERP result, Miami HVAC. We see the LSAs on top here as well. We see one ad, the AI overview is in here too, which is interesting. This is a new SERP result that's coming in. And then again, of course, we have the maps pack here again as well. So this maps pack again is very prevalent. It's showing up. It's a protected asset that Google wants to show in a lot of these type of SERP results. So by no means am I saying the SEO agency model is dead, but what I am saying is that if you're trying to attack SEO the traditional way and you're trying to be a jack of all trades doing it for everyone, your clients aren't going to make money. And if you don't make your clients money, you're not going to make money. It is the North Star metric that should be for your business is how do I make my clients more money? Because if you can do that, you will make them money. So again, to me, local SEO is the best way to do that. And to get a little bit more surgical with it, if we mix in local service ads, which are the things that sit right here on top of the SERPs, it's the fastest way to drive more phone calls to any type of local service business. Now I'm gonna get into some criteria here, and in this video, I'm actually gonna teach you a 4-step process to deliver local SEO and local service ads for clients and give you some criteria on how to do that. But before I do that, I need to talk about this traffic graph right here. This is what I call the blended search graph, right? This is what I show to all my prospects as law firms. On the left-hand column here, we have traffic and leads going vertically, and then over the time here, we have time and months. So in orange here, we see the organic graph, right? The organic graph takes time to get results in terms of traffic and leads, but over time, it starts to hockey stick. Now, a challenge that you have as an agency is getting clients to buy in and give you the time to do this. The bigger problem that you're having is that you're basically selling something to them and you're doing SEO in a way that's never going to return any sort of leads. It might get some keyword rankings and traffic, but it's probably never deliver sales and results because again, those results are jammed down at the bottom. Now again, if you're doing this local SEO, I guarantee you that those traffic and more importantly, those leads and phone calls are going to come, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Now, when we add in paid search or local service ads, which is a form of paid search, what we get here is this graph here that spikes very quickly in terms of traffic and leads, and it plateaus over time because the number of keywords that you're going to want to get after are not going to be there. But what this does is it buys you so much time in the organic side of things. So when you offer these two services in conjunction with each other, you're getting those phone calls and leads right away, and then you're giving yourself time to get this hockey stick growth. And over time, you can either taper down these, you can go after new keywords, but it's this beautiful symbiotic relationship that you as an agency need to understand. You need to start to adopt and adapt because, again, if you're not making your clients money, you're not doing so quickly, you're gonna fail. This is a model that we've adopted at our agency for 2 years. We've grown 5x since we've done this. Our offer statement here is we help law firms get more qualified leads through blended search marketing campaigns, meaning we take LSAs, we take the local SERPs, and sometimes we'll do some paid search if they can afford it, and we'll jam them together into one, and we'll do this blended search offer. Now, you might be asking yourself, does it work? Let me share a quick case study with you. This is Lorfing Law. Keith and Lorfing, they're a personal injury and criminal defense law firm in West Texas. They came to us and they were struggling. They were struggling to get any sort of traffic, any sort of leads, really just kind of making a name for themselves in the West Texas market. And they also started to do a lot more personal injury and were struggling to get cases. Now, we have a testimonial that is on our YouTube channel. It's on our website. You can check out. This is the managing partner, Russell Lorfing, and he gets on this call with me and he tells me that they've tripled the revenue in just 6 months' time. And it's from exactly following this method. It was just local SEO and it was local service ads. And we picked up phone calls 10x within a 2-month period. We worked with their intake team to start closing these things. In this model, man, I'm telling you, we're charging over $10,000 a month now for this service. And I'm gonna break down that cost for you and how to implement it with your agency now too. But they're gonna be a client for life. They're gonna be a client for life because of the impact and the results that we've gotten from them. So again, focusing on the results is gonna really change things. Now, let's talk about how to do this because it's not that simple. It's a lot easier said than done in a lot of different ways. So I'm gonna give you a 4-step process to offer this blended local search is what I like to call it for your clients that drives actual business results. Key there on actual business results. It's so important. So let's talk about step 1. Step 1 is you gotta pick a lane, man. You can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. You can't try and work with everyone. You cannot scale a service that doesn't follow a process, and you can't build a process if you're doing something different every single time, right? So I have this little graphic over here, a little tongue in cheek. You can either make money or be broke. You pick it your way, right? Now, I know it might seem like you're taking a step back by saying, okay, I'm only gonna work with HVAC or roofers or what have you, but I'm telling you, you might have to take 1 step back, take 2 steps forward, but your business is gonna thank you later because of how much it's going to open up on the back end if you pick a lane and focus on one type of industry and vertical. Now, I have 3 questions for you that's going to help you to do this. I teach this inside of my coaching program, the Blueprint Training. We have basically a 20-question sequence that we go into, but these are the most important 3 questions. So question number 1, right? Let's say you want to go after HVAC or gyms, right? We'll compare and contrast these two. So number 1, is there adequate search volume? Are people searching for that service in X market? Are people looking for HVAC in Miami? Are people searching for coffee shops in Miami? That's the simplest thing that you can do just to validate that there is some market for that service. Very easy to do. You can check any keyword research tool. So that's number 1. Now, this is also the least important one. I know a lot of you SEOs are going to get hung up on that, but that's the least important one. Now, number 2, does the result of those searches end up in a call or a lead? So let's look at HVAC. I live in Miami, and when your air conditioning breaks, a lot of people go to Google and they type in AC repair near me, HVAC near me, HVAC Miami. And they get a local service ad, they get the local Google business results, and they call. So the answer to that for HVAC is yes. Now, what about for a coffee shop or for a gym, right? Very different, because for a gym, people might be looking for it. Are they going to call? Maybe they're going to show up, maybe, but it's not the same type of behavior as HVAC or electricians or roofing repair, right? Or for a coffee shop as well. Maybe they'll get directions, maybe they'll show up, maybe they won't, right? But 3 is how you're really going to qualify this. So how much is that call or lead worth to the business? So does the result end up in a call or a lead, and how much is that call worth? The more they charge, the more you can charge, right? So again, look at a coffee shop. The average customer value of a coffee shop, I mean, I don't know, I just paid $9 for this coffee, so it's going up. Maybe I'm eating my own words. But you compare that to a roofer. A roofer is a minimum of $20,000 a job, minimum of $20,000 per job. Coffee shop average customer value is, call it 15, 20, call it 20 bucks, round up. When you think about how many customers that you have to get a coffee shop in order for them to pay your retainer versus a roofer, it becomes a massive volume game that there's probably just not enough search volume in that niche to support you working with that vertical. So when we look at these 3 things, is there search volume? Are people actually using Google to convert, right, to call that business? And is that business, does that call have a very high ticket value? So we start to look at things like lawyers, doctors, dentists, electricians, roofers, HVAC, any of those businesses, right? Anything in home services, anything professional services have a very high customer value. So with my attorney clients, I know that a minimum, if they sign one case, they're looking at a minimum of $10,000 a month. So if I rank them in the Google Business Pack, or if I use local service ads to get them 10 phone calls a month, very easily, very quickly, those phone calls cost them $2,000 just off rip for the ad costs, and they signed 1 out of 10. That's 10% of phone calls that they sign into one case, one client. They're gonna make 10 grand. The economics work out. So do you see how this is different when we go back and we're looking at those SERP results for like best software, best CRM software for small businesses? The chance of them actually finding that and converting, and then when you multiply the fact that you have to do, if you want to charge a lot of money for your service, which you have to, there's just not gonna be enough traffic and leads and volume for them to make money off of that, versus this model, which is very simple, it's very straightforward. You ask these 3 questions, is how you validate a niche, is how you find something that's gonna make you money, but also more importantly, gonna make them money. So that's step 1, pick a lane. Step 2, sell the outcome. This is a very simple graphic that I use. Don't sell the shovel, sell the hole. Sell the hole, not the shovel. That's actually written incorrectly, right? So what that means is that people, when they're digging a hole, they don't care about the shovel, they care about the hole. They just want the outcome, right? So you as an agency, stop selling your input. Stop being like, we do keyword research and link building and tech. Like, they don't care about that. An HVAC company doesn't care about that. They don't even know what that is. They care about results. They want phone calls. They want leads. They want money in their bank account. So that's what you have to focus on, right? So clients don't care about that. They don't want the inputs. They don't care about spreadsheets. They just want revenue and growth. And this is one of the things that's holding you back, because this is just as much mental as it is about running your business. So many SEOs struggle with this because you're dealing with imposter syndrome. Why? Because deep down you know that your service doesn't result in more conversions. And that is a huge problem. That is the biggest problem that you're having right now. You know that you can't say, hey, we get leads for law firms, that's what we do, because you don't get leads for law firms or whoever it is that you're working with, or of all the people that you're working with. So what you're stuck doing is being like, we do SEO and like, we'll improve your rankings. Like, they don't care about rankings, man. They're running a business. They want to make money. So you have to prove that you can make the money, and that flows through with your service, your marketing, your sales, everything. So it's much easier to justify this. So when we're talking about doing your marketing or doing sales, when I have a conversation with my law firm clients, I'm showing them numbers. I'm saying, this is the search volume in your market. If and when we rank you in the Google Maps pack, this is how many phone calls you can expect. With the local service ads, this is what's going to cost you. This is how many phone calls you can expect, right? So clients don't care about that. They don't want the inputs. They don't care about spreadsheets. They just want revenue and growth. And this is one of the things that's holding you back, because this is just as much mental as it is about running your business. So many SEOs struggle with this because you're dealing with imposter syndrome. Why? Because deep down you know that your service doesn't result in more conversions. And that is a huge problem. That is the biggest problem that you're having right now. You know that you can't say, hey, we get leads for law firms, that's what we do, because you don't get leads for law firms or whoever it is that you're working with, or of all the people that you're working with. So what you're stuck doing is being like, we do SEO and like, we'll improve your rankings. Like, they don't care about rankings, man. They're running a business. They want to make money. So you have to prove that you can make the money, and that flows through with your service, your marketing, your sales, everything. So it's much easier to justify this. So when we're talking about doing your marketing or doing sales, when I have a conversation with my law firm clients, I'm showing them numbers. I'm saying, this is the search volume in your market. If and when we rank you in the Google Maps pack, this is how many phone calls you can expect. With the local service ads, this is what's going to cost you. This is how many phone calls you can expect. Now let's talk about your sales conversion rate. If I get you 100 phone calls a month, how many of those are you going to close? I'll close 10 of those. Great, 10%, that's fine. 10 new clients times $10,000 is how much? It's about $100,000 in revenue for that business. So if I send them a bill for $10, $15, $20,000, do you think they're going to fight me on it? Because I showed it to them, right? So you're not able to charge more because you're not driving more. You're not driving more because you're not making that the North Star metric of your business. It's so important that you do that. And again, this scares you. And if it does scare you, good, because it's time to make a change. And that means that what you're doing is not good enough. Like, understand that. That's not an attack on you. You've been taught SEO to do it the old way. This is how you need to do it. You need to be constantly adapting and adjusting your service and your offer if you want to stay ahead of the game and you want to keep making money. So step 3 is to just start with LSAs. So again, if you're not familiar with LSAs, local service ads, they show up first thing that you see inside of Google. It's these Google Guaranteed or these Google Trustworthy, whatever you want to call it. They're tied to a Google Business Profile. So if your client has a Google Business Profile, then you can run local service ads for them. Think of it like a boosted post on Instagram. It's just putting them right to the top of the SERPs right away. And the best part is that these are pay per lead, right? So you have a high intent lead, a high intent search at a controlled cost. You're going to go right to the top of the SERPs. And since they operate on a pay per lead model, you know ahead of time what the budget should be to get the outcome that they want. You see where I'm going with this? LSAs are the easiest way to guarantee outcomes or to give you that confidence that you're gonna get outcomes. I know, because there's a calculator. If you go to Google local service ads and type in LSA calculator into Google, it will allow you to select a category, and then it will tell you what the estimated cost per lead is. Now, it's gonna vary based on market, but I know with my clients, personal injury clients, are looking at around $300 per phone call per lead. So if they tell me that they wanna sign 20 new cases a month, I'm able to do the math and show them what that's gonna cost, right? Or I'm able to build this equation much easier because I know what the lead is gonna cost through LSA, and if I know what their sales conversion rate is, then I can sell them through that, and then we just combine the whole volume together. So it's very easy to control this and not have to have them spend into a black box and not know what it's coming out to. So even better, LSAs are super easy to set up. You can do them yourself, or you can find a cheap contractor to do them for you. We have training inside of our program on how to do them. They're so easy. They're not like ads or the PPC ads. They don't take a lot of expertise. You don't need a certification for it. They're super easy to do. That's the best part about this. You don't have to build a whole new process inside of your agency. If you're doing local SEO, you should be doing LSAs. The same person doing your local SEO can do your LSAs. It's not that complicated. And they'll buy you time. Most importantly, like I said, SEO takes a long time to get results. If you want to sell results, you need to get results. And this is going to buy you that time to get the ball rolling with the results with the client. Again, if their phone is ringing, they are not going to care about how long SEO is going to take because they're looking at it like a total investment, right? Our standard kind of investment is between $6,000 and $10,000 a month. For us to do your LSAs and your SEO, call it another $5,000 and add 5 to 10. We'll call it $10,000 in ad spend on top of that. So $15,000 to $20,000 to engage with us. That might seem like a lot, but for lawyers, it's not because I'm showing them how many phone calls they're going to get as a result of this on a timeline, and those phone calls grow over time. So they're going to start by getting a guaranteed minimum of 25 phone calls a month, and it could get upwards of $200 per month for every location that they engage us with. So again, I know this industry so well. If you are working with a single vertical, a single niche, you're going to be able to know this too, because you're going to know the business, you're going to know what their cost per client is, you're going to know what they're willing to pay, and this is going to become so much easier for you to sell and do and get results for your clients. And at the end of the day, guys, that's all that matters. So step 4, follow a process. You know, ranking in Google is not a secret anymore. People ask me all the time in like Slack and on Twitter and stuff, like how do I do X, Y, and Z for local SEO? I'm like, dude, it's not rocket science, man. You can ask ChatGPT how to rank in the Google Maps pack, and it will tell you, and it's pretty accurate. There's no hacks anymore. What SEO comes down to in today's internet is activity. Like, you just have to do the work. You have to find somebody or hire somebody or train them to do the work. The best way to do that is to have a set documented process. With a set documented process, you can easily find and train people at a very low cost to run this process for you. If you want to scale this, it's super easy when you have this documented SOP. You can just pass it off to a contractor or a VA to do this for you. You can find them all over the place. Fiverr, Upwork, LinkedIn, not that hard. So I'm gonna give you just like the high level optimization process here. And you can see our internal SOP. We've actually got, it's a 10-step process that we have, plus a bunch of bonuses and stuff inside of here too. But step 1 is to optimize the Google Business Profile. So photos, titles, products, services, all that type of stuff, posts, set all that stuff up. You can just use AI to automate. Number 2, most importantly, get reviews. And again, that's easier said than done. I teach a process to our clients where it's a 5-step. We do 5 different opportunities to get reviews, reach out to past customers, set up automations, reach out to like friends, colleagues. We have this whole process that we use for our clients to get reviews. You can't do it for them. It's something that they have to kind of bake into their internal processes as a business, but it's super, super powerful and important. Number 3, set up the website the right way and build the right content. So in terms of the architecture, navigation, and the content that they have, it should support the local infrastructure for trying to rank in these markets. And number 4, very simply, acquire good links, ideally local links. So reach out to local press outlets, legal publications, things like that. It's very similar to a traditional SEO process, but we're focusing much more on the local side of things. So, and I get it. This is much easier said than done, right? You're not doing local SEO now. You don't know who you want to target. You're pivoting services, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It's much easier said than done, but I already have this done for you. So I have a program called the Blueprint Training. Inside of that, we train SEO agencies on all aspects of service delivery and customer acquisition. Within that, we've got an entire process to do local SEO. Like I said, it's an 8-step process. We've got a bunch of bonuses here about website architecture, content optimization, how to get local links, literally everything that you need to set up and optimize your clients at scale. And then also who to train, how to pass this to them. There's templates included linked inside of here. This document, man, in itself, is worth its weight in gold. I could probably charge $10,000 for that because it's so valuable in itself. And this is the exact process that we follow to rank personal injury attorneys, which is probably the most competitive local space on the internet and the most competitive markets like Miami, LA, Vegas, New York, etc. Also, we've got video training for you. So step-by-step showing you exactly how to do this, as well as the entire local SEO process around this, but also how to sell it, how to deliver it, how to specifically optimize, go through step-by-step, and exactly how we optimize our clients for local search. Again, this is built for agencies. This is not built for individual clients. If you're an agency or consultant, this is built for you because this talks about getting people, it talks about how to sell it, it talks about how to price it, all the different elements of running this as a service, not just as, hey, I want to rank my business. And then, of course, we've got our Slack channel here as well, where you can come in and ask questions, and we can help you out with all this stuff. So if you want access to everything that I just showed you, SOP, video training, Slack community, it's just $199. I'm going to give everything that I just showed you. I'm going to train everything inside of this deck, inside of this document here, exactly how to find the right customer, exactly how to sell it to them, exactly how to deliver it, who to hire, how to train them, everything for $199 inside of the Blueprint Training. Now, if you're skeptical, I get it. Maybe you've never seen me before, or you've seen me too much and you think I'm annoying. This is probably my biggest flex ever. If you just Google the Blueprint Training Reddit, what you're gonna see is a bunch of user-generated content all talking about this program, right? I could show you the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews that we have, the video testimonials, people in the Slack community just messaging me saying, thanking me for how much money I've helped them make and how simple this program is. But like, to me, honestly, there's nothing more honest than Reddit. I don't know these people. I didn't even know they were up until somebody pointed this out to me. And you're gonna find nothing but great things here. You're gonna find nothing but people saying, I took the program, it's a really good investment, and it helped me a lot. So if you want access to everything in here, how to deliver, how to set up, how to sell local SEO, and specifically this blended search model too, adding in some paid elements too to help you speed this process up, hit the link below, $199, my best offer to get you access. Hopefully I'll see you up there soon.